Okay.
Hey guys, first of all, it was great to hear all the success stories. It's amazing just how much better you can feel when you start this program and how you start. I love the story about being able to go through the airport, not having to sit down, and being able to get to your gate without huffing and puffing. I love that. I used to be a teacher, and my classroom was on the second floor, and before I did the program, I was overweight. I couldn't walk those steps to get. By the time I got up there, I was huffing and puffing. So I completely understand that. And what we're talking about today is, of course, adding exercise to what you're already doing, but we want to do that in a smart way. And that's kind of what we're talking about today. So let's begin here. Our objectives today are to discover a scheduled exercise plan that helps prepare for a graduate degree in movement. Positioned you to achieve 3 core goals of habits of motion system and explore a typical week of exercise. The NEAT system, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago, the NEAT system showed you how to burn an additional 200 to 300 calories a day without making major changes in your activity level or daily routine. You're able to put these user-friendly systems to work right away to help maintain your weight, increase your flexibility and mobility, and build a healthier lifestyle. And I'm going to make this a key point today a few times. We really want to make sure that we're doing the NEAT program, the NEAT system, okay, for at least a month, but really before we start into trying to do the EAT, what we're going to be talking about, the EAT system here, okay? NEAT is non-exercise, EAT is talking about exercise, okay? However, we have a higher goal, and that is where the EAT system comes in. EAT is exercise activity thermogenesis. EAT helps you optimize your health through specific regular scheduled exercise that boost your energy expenditure and significantly improve your all-around health. Improvements in your heart health, immune system, mental attitude, and sex life. You'll work better, feel better. EAT can decrease your need for medications, arrest the progress of disease, and even live longer. EAT is our most important predictor of longevity. And you see this, I love this, is that EAT can decrease your need for medication and the progress of disease. Once we get into exercise, an exercise that we are planned, okay, you're going to see yourself getting stronger. You're going to see yourself looking better, feeling stronger. Other people are going to notice that too, but it helps you live longer, okay? But you got to have to do it in a responsible way. And that's really what we're going to be talking about today. You don't have to rush into EAT, but now that you are on your way to a healthy weight, have increased your daily movement through the NEAT system, it makes total sense to add EAT to your health enhancing life plan. EAT is defined as a planned movement that is vigorous enough to improve your overall fitness. This can range from a walk in the park to a triathlon. It's best to incorporate activities of moderate intensity based on the premise that you're going to use them your entire life. EAT will take some time out of your daily schedule. How much time we'll discuss, but it's going to improve your overall fitness, okay? And you have to know, you have to be aware of where you're at in your health, okay, as you start, all right? So if you're just starting program, that's wonderful. You're just starting program, I highly recommend that you do the NEAT system, okay? Before you go, hey, I'm 3 days into program, I'm gonna hit the gym and I'm gonna, or I'm gonna do a triathlon. No, you're not ready for that yet. You wanna make sure that you're building, okay? And it's a slow process. This is a marathon, it's not a sprint, okay? What we're doing is increasing our ability to get healthy. We're learning how to get healthy, but we're also making sure that we're doing it in a slow process, just like we don't want weight to fall off really fast. You may want it to, but it's not the healthiest way of doing it. The same thing about exercise. You don't want to jump in, although you might want to, hey, be able to lift the heavy weights or to run that marathon or whatever. If you're not ready for it, you're only going to hurt yourself. You're only going to slow your progress. It's not going to help your progress. 30 minutes a day is really what we're talking about here. Adding 30 minutes a day of eat to what you're already doing with the NEAT system will position you to achieve three goals of the habits of motion system. Increase energy expenditure to create a consistent balance between energy in and energy out. Optimizing cardiovascular health so that your heart, lungs, blood vessels can deliver enough oxygen to keep your cells functioning properly, especially your brain cells. Building a strong, healthy support system of bones, muscles to help you stay active, keep fit, and maintain a healthy weight. So these are really our three core goals, okay? We want to make sure that we're increasing energy, we're optimizing the cardiovascular, as well as, heart, lungs, blood vessels, and especially those, that oxygen to the brain. And you also want to make sure you're building a strong, healthy support system of the bones and muscles, especially, I'm going to really hit some on women here, especially for women in the bone structure, okay? Women have a tendency more than men to have a problem with osteoporosis, okay? This lifting, exercising really helps prevent that, okay? The three progressive levels of EAT. EAT is part of system is divided into three progressive levels, which you will master at your own pace. And again, this is again at your own pace. Level 1, walking and fitness program. Level 2, a resistance program. Level 3, boosting your workouts, your high intensity. Walking and fitness program is what we're going to talk about first. It's kind of going to go along with the NEAT. Remember, we talked about the NEAT walking, increasing your walking. Okay, the EAT walking program, all right, is the one that you really want to begin with. So we're doing these on levels, okay, starting here, moving here, then finally moving to the third of boosting your workouts. So before you start, we're going to talk about ground rules to protect your body. Keep it slow. We just mentioned this. Keep it slow. Use slow, careful movements for weight training and other strengthening exercises. At the beginning, keep your heart rate at about 50 to 65% of your maximum heart rate. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. The risk to your heart and brain are low, according to research completed with cardiac patients, but we still want to start slow and only after you have been evaluated by your healthcare provider. Yes, you want to make sure that you want to talk to your doctor and say, hey, is this healthy for me? Is this what do I need to do? And for the most part, most doctors are going to say yes. They're going to tell you the same things we're going to tell you today. Keep it slow, okay? Listen to your body, right? And make sure that, if you're feeling sore, if you're hurting, whatever, listen to your body, all right? It'll tell you. Maximum heart rate. If you don't have this, I put it over here also how to figure it out. Maximum heart rate, the highest number of times your heart can contract per minute during a maximum physical exertion. As you progress and begin to feel more comfortable, you can aim towards the 65 to 85% once you're optimally fit. Stretch it out. Prevent injury by stretching your major muscle groups, preferably directly after your daily EAT activity. Add extra stretches throughout the day to improve flexibility, balance, and range of motion, especially important as we age. As we age, balance is a key, okay? But the stronger we are in our muscles, the more flexibility we are, the less chance we have of falling and injuring ourselves, getting hurt. And, there's so many times that you hear people who get older, they'll fall and break a hip or something like that. And their balance is off. You really want to make sure that you're exercising, okay, to strengthen yourself, but stretch to make sure that you're you're preventing that injury in major muscle groups, but also you're improving your flexibility and range of motion. That will help you in your balance and keep you from injuring yourself. Okay, as you look at the maximum heart rate, that is what you want to do is take 220 minus your age, so whatever your age is, and that's going to give you your maximum heart rate. Okay, when you exercise, right, you want to hit the target of whatever your maximum is, whatever your heart rate is, you're going to times that by 0.60, and that's your beginning. That's really want to start where you want to keep your heart rate range. Okay, your maximum, again, age, and then times 0.85, and that's your target for advanced. So if you're advanced, you want to keep your heart rate in that range. All right. That will help. And the higher you keep that heart range, the more fat burn you're going to have. Level 1, walking and fitness program. You may be wondering how your NEAT walk differs from the kind of walk you'll be doing in EAT. Basically, we'll be adding steps through NEAT. While adding steps through NEAT helps you burn more calories, it's not intense enough to produce fitness. EAT walking is designed with fitness in mind, so you get a cardiovascular workout. Okay. Again, over here I have the EAT walking program. You can find this in this chapter. Okay. It just kind of gives you what a warm-up looks like. Your warm-up, you should have a 5-minute warm-up at a 1 mile an hour pace. At pace, you should be doing 10 minutes at 2 miles per hour and a cool down at 5 minutes for 5 minutes at 1 miles per hour. This 20-minute session around 1,000 steps will consume approximately 50 calories if your BMI is 30. At 5 minutes each week, okay, or as much time as you're comfortable with, work up to a brisk pace around 4 miles per hour, work up to around 20,000 steps per week by week 10, depending on your level of fitness and weight loss goals. Your long-term goals is walk up to 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Keep track of your progress. This is very important. Always keep track of what you're doing. Know where you started, okay? Know what you're doing each day so you can look back and see where you came from, okay? And that's always a great idea to be able to look and say, and it makes you feel better. Hey, I'm improving. It keeps you going, all right? And that's what we want.
And the daily tracker you can find on the habitsofhealth.com site to keep track of your progress.
Yes, we'll see that a lot. A lot of this will have to do with your habitsofhealth.com. Level 1, walking and fitness program, picking up the pace. You can boost your workouts either by increasing the duration of your intensity. The 30-minute duration is just a baseline to maintain fitness without cutting too much into your daily commitments. Increasing intensity will be more effective at burning fat. So the more you increase your intensity, okay, that means the faster you walk, the more fat you'll burn. All right. More than increasing the distance, increasing how quickly you go will actually burn the fat. Okay. Once you reach your EAT walking program goal of 20,000 steps per week, on top of the steps you're already getting through NEAT. So this is on top. And have been walking 5 days a week for at least a month, you're ready for the other essential component of EAT system, resistance training. So this is a quick review we're going to go over. The NEAT walking goal, you want 10,000 steps per day. EAT walking goal, 4,000 brisk steps per day, 5 days a week for 20,000 more a week. Now, we're going to talk about what's next. Resistance training. This is actually my favorite. I know Suzette and I, we love to work out. I'll be going to work out as soon as I leave here today. I know she will too. Resistance training. But until you get through the walk, you don't want to start the resistance training. So you get through the walk eat part of walk. You want to do this second. This resistance program is just an example. Use whichever resistance program that works best for you, because the best exercise program is the one that you will actually do. It's not going to do you any good if you say you set up this program. Oh, I'm going to do this program. This guy does this program. It's the one I want to do. And once you get into it, you realize you either can't do it, you hate doing it. Okay. You're going to skip too many days. You're just not going to do it. It's not the program for you. You got to find the program where you begin that you're going to say, I can do this. Okay. On the days I'm scheduled to do this, I'm going to do it. I'm going to look forward to it. But maybe at first you may not be looking forward to it. But I know, as Suzette will tell you, when she was younger, for her to run, it was going to have to be a dog chasing her, and it'd have to be a mean dog. She was not going to run. Okay. And working out, no way, right?
No.
But now,
yep, every day.
Now every day she loves doing it. She does it because she wants to do it, not because she has to do it. And that's where you want to get. You want to get to the point where I'm looking forward to this. I'm doing it because I want to do it. And that's the program that you need. So whatever it is, that's the program that you need. Okay. Before you begin, make sure that you have the EAT walking program down. So you're doing the EAT walking program first. EAT resistance program session works either upper body or lower body along with the core muscles. Upper body, these are the core muscles you want to work. core, upper core, chest, back, shoulders, and arms. Lower body, core, lower, thighs, glutes, hamstrings, and calves. Glutes does not seem to be a problem with women. Every time I go to the gym, there are 30 women there working on their glutes, but that's all they're doing. So I'd like to say. Anyway, level 2 resistance training continues. Choose 2 days a week for your resistance workouts, leaving at least 2 days between sessions to let your body recover. I recommend doing the upper body session on Monday and the lower body session on Thursday, 2 days a week. Your weekly routine, and once you get going with your Eat Resistance program, you'll complete 2 30-minute sessions each week. Your weekly routine. You need a 5-minute warm-up. Very important. Make sure you're warming up the muscles that you're going to be using. If you're working that day on your upper core, on your upper body, okay, warm up those muscles. Okay, and you need 5 minutes of good warm-up. Okay, make sure you get the blood flow. Make sure you're getting the oxygen into those muscles. Okay, because you don't want an injury through that. Number 2, 5 repetitions of 5 selective movements, a total of 10 minutes, followed by a rotation of 5 different exercises that work the same muscle groups. Again, you're working the same muscle groups. Upper body, if you're working upper body on Monday, lower body, if you're working that on Thursday, okay? And then you need a 5-minute stretch of those muscles you've worked. Again, extremely important, okay? To stay out of injury, you need that 5-minute stretch. You've got to make sure you're getting that stretch done. Let's break that down to get a better picture of what you'll be doing in each session. Resistance rotation, 2 rotations of 10 minutes each. Challenge your muscles to grow healthier through short, intense workouts. Choose a set of 5 exercises. Begin with each exercise with slow, consistent contraction. And so you're going to contract for 8 seconds. I'm going to use my wife's great muscles here to show this. Basically, if she was lifting, curling a weight, all right, so she's curling a weight. She didn't know I was doing this. I love this. She's curling a weight. All right, she's going to start, and it's going to be a slow 8-second curl. Okay, and then there's a 4-second hold at the side of contraction. So as long as she can contract, okay, 4 seconds, and then an 8-second release. Okay, back down to the starting position. All right, so it's 8, 4, 8. So it's an 8-second contract, okay, a hold for 4 seconds, and an 8-second release. Okay, you want to do that on every workout you're doing. All right, so for a total of 20 seconds per exercise, immediately begin another repetition for a total of 5 per exercise. Okay, so she would do that, all right, for 5 per exercise. So again, and then she'd do the other arm, obviously, right? So rest for 20 seconds between starting a new exercise. So she did this for, the 5 times for that 20 seconds each, okay? Then she would rest 20 seconds, then go to the other arm and do that. Do we understand? Follow a second rotation using a different set of exercises that work the same muscles. Stretching 5 minutes. Spend 5 minutes stretching the muscle groups you've just worked to improve flexibility, increase your range of motion, prevent soreness by encouraging your muscles to break down lactic acid. That's any soreness you do experience will decrease as your muscles get stronger and become reconditioned. And again, understanding what builds a muscle and why that builds muscle is that what you're doing with your body is that you're tearing the muscle fiber. Okay, so you hear people say, well, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to get ripped. Well, that's really what they're doing. They're ripping the muscle. Okay, and you want that muscle ripped because that's how that muscle builds. It builds though through rest. You work it and then you have to rest it. Okay, so you're ripping it, you're tearing those muscle fibers, little small tears in the muscle fibers. That muscle has to repair. It takes time to repair. It's during the resting period that muscle is going to repair, and that muscle is going to grow. Okay, so your muscle is going to grow through that, but you have to have that rest. Logging your workout. Write down the specific exercise you're doing for each muscle group. Note, if you're using body weight or using dumbbells, the amount of weights, okay? So make sure that you know how much you're lifting, okay? And what you're doing with exercise. So make sure you're keeping notes. Before you begin, make sure that you have the EAT walking program down. It's probably like the third time I've said that, but I'm really going to stress that. Make sure you have the EAT walking program down. Choose 2 days each week for your resistant workouts, leaving at least 2 days between sessions to let your body recover. Find a spot where you can focus without distraction and use an exercise mat for support and cushioning. All right. If you're in a gym, okay, I like to go to the gym. I am probably the most distracting person in the gym because I'm very social. I like to talk to people. This is my issue with going to the gym. But I want to make sure, though, that I'm focused on the muscle groups I'm working on. Okay, even though I am kind of a talker, I make sure that I get in my exercise, I get in my workout. So you want to focus on that through any distraction. Take it slow. Review each new exercise before you try it out. Make sure that you know what you're doing before you start. Okay. Every day, whatever exercise you're doing, whatever you're doing, make sure that way you can be aware of what you want to get out of that exercise. Limit yourself to 1 rotation the first week. So when you're very first starting, very first week, 1 rotation. The second week, you can add in the second rotation if you feel your body's ready for that. Okay. Again, this is you understanding your body.
And really with this one, with the new exercises that you're trying, most gyms do have trainers there. I know Tracy's on here and she could say that as well. I wouldn't try anything you've never done before without asking a trainer their advice, getting their help, and knowing what you're doing and doing correctly. Because I have went to the gym before and figured, you know, that machine says to do this and this machine says to do that, and my form was off. And I have hurt myself doing that. So, you know, get their advice, have them actually show you how to do it so that you are getting the right form on any exercise.
Yeah, and Dr. Aid mentions that also in this chapter, that it's best practice that before you start with a trainer, talk with a trainer. You want to make sure that you're doing the exercise correctly and you're staying out of injury.
Yes.
Very, very important. You know, you have a health coach or you are a health coach. You really want these coaches in your life. Okay. People who really know what they're doing, understand how to do it. They've trained, they've taught, they've practiced. You really want to have the people with the expertise around you to help you to make sure that you're doing it correctly, you're doing it safely. Okay. This is what you can get from thehabitsofhealth.com. You can print these off and it will help you keep yourself organized in what you're doing. Okay. I just want to put that in there, make sure you know it's there. Okay. Starting your program first day. Okay. Review the 5 exercises you will be performing. Again, know what you're going to be doing before you go in. Okay. Before you start, understand what you're going in. If you need to, go online to thehabitsofhealth.com and watch the videos of the exercise. Okay. They have the videos in there for you. All right. Take it slow. Very important. Take it slow. This is something you're not used to, something your body's not used to. You don't want to hurt yourself or get in a position where you're just, hey, I'm too sore to do it. All right. Make sure you're taking it slow. First week, limit yourself to 1 rotation. Give yourself time to master the 5 beginning exercises. Okay. Beginning in week 2, add a second rotation to your routine. Now, again, add a second routine if your body's ready. I recommend you add a second routine, but if it's not ready, you know that. Okay. Using 5 different exercises that work the same muscle groups. Level 3, boosting your workouts. Okay, so now you've gotten to the point to where, hey, I'm doing this. I feel good. There's no soreness. I don't feel like I'm improving. Hey, I think I can boost my workouts. Okay, again, listening to your body. There are 6 things you want to do that you can do to boost your workouts. One of the first, increase repetitions. Pretty simple. Instead of performing 5 repetitions of each exercise, perform 6 to 8. We're maintaining the 8 to 4, 8 pattern, the contraction, 8 seconds, holding 4 seconds, and relaxing 8 seconds, okay? Increase resistance. Increase the weight of resistance, I'm sorry, you use in each exercise by 10 to 15% while maintaining the 8-4-8 pattern and your speed. You can accomplish this by using resistance bands and heavier dumbbells. Increase your focus and effort on contraction. It's very important. You get to that contraction, when you get to that and you start contracting, squeezing that muscle, okay? Make sure you feel it squeeze on that whole, squeeze that muscle, okay? That will help you build. So any part of your body that you're working on, if it's your lower body, if your upper body, whatever you're doing, as you're contracting and as you're holding, squeeze, okay? Squeeze the muscle. You're gonna feel it. It may feel a little sore at first, but it's gonna help build that muscle, and it'll help build that muscle faster, all right?
And if you're anything like I was when I started lifting weights, I'd never done any of that. The resistance bands are fantastic for that, because then you're not afraid of picking up too much weight, not enough weight. You're using your own body as a resistance. So starting point, I think the bands are awesome.
Yes, and you're only going to be able to pull that band as far as your strength's going to allow it. So it's very, very, very important. Really, starting with the band is fantastic. I highly recommend it. Increase sets or rotations. Complete 3 rotations instead of 2. Okay, this is just, this will increase your EAT resistance by workout time by 1/3 or 10 minutes. So you're going to increase your time. It's going to take about, if you increase 1 set, if you're doing it correctly, it'll increase your time by 10 minutes. So instead of 30, you'll be on 40 minutes, but you will see a difference. It will improve the muscle size and your strength, okay? Number 4, decrease recovery time. Decrease the time, the amount of time you resist between exercises from 20 seconds to 10 seconds, okay? This allows you to demand more of your muscle fibers while maintaining an elevated heart rate throughout your resistance workout. So instead of doing the 5 and then switching that and waiting 20 seconds, wait 10 seconds and go to the next exercise. Your heart rate will stay up, okay? You will find yourself actually ripping more muscle fibers that way. Increase your speed. Increase your speed from 8-4-8 to 4-2-4. You'll generate more focus per repetition, which means you should also increase the resistance or the amount of weight by 15 to 25%. So if you're going to lower to 4-2-4, you're going to have to increase your weight, really. You're going to have to increase the weight to build the muscle, but you're pumping more and you're pumping faster. Okay?
And do it slowly. Don't go from, if you're doing 15 pounds on a curl, don't go from that to 25, go up slowly. If the weights go up by 5s, go to 20 or whatever,
yes.
But don't jump real fast, because then you're going to be extra sore and it's going to take you longer to recover.
Yes. Maintain muscular contraction. Avoid the lockout. This is something that when I first started working out in the gym, is something that a gentleman taught me, is that you see a lot of people in the gym, especially if they're on like a bench press, and they lock out their elbows. You don't want to lock out, because that's putting stress on your bones. It's not putting stress on your muscles. Okay, so I'm not going to lock out my arms. I'm not going to lock out my joints. Okay, you really want to concentrate and get into a position where you're holding at that position where you're feeling the strain in your muscle and not the strain in your joints. Okay, and you're holding that and you're building that. Really concentrate on holding the contraction. Okay, again, squeezing. All right, you'll feel that squeeze if you're doing a bar. You almost want to bend that bar. You almost feel like you want to bend that bar, so you're getting that contraction, you're getting that squeeze, using the muscle and not your bone structure. Okay. The end. 3 important things. Have fun. So do the workout that you're going to enjoy, that you can see yourself continue doing. It's not going to do you good to do something you hate and you're going to quit. Okay. Whatever you do, enjoy what you're doing. You'll see yourself growing, and you'll make adjustments. All right. But you want to start out with something that you're capable of doing and that you're going to like. Make sure you're being safe. Make sure that you're recognizing how your body, listening to your body, what's happening to your body. Also knowing exactly what you're going to do before you go in there. Okay. Have a plan. Know your plan. Look at the videos on habitofhealth.com saying, okay, this is my workout. I want to see exactly how I'm doing these. Okay. I want to get it done and keep going. Stay fit. Don't quit. Question, Tracy.
You have to take yourself off.
It's not really a question. Am I unmuted? Sorry, I have a hard time with that.
You're good.
First of all, thank you so much for presenting. I usually work out during this time, and I'm actually at my gym right now in my PT office. So I had to tune in because I found out what it was. And
Awesome.
I want to share the #1 rule of fitness. I've been a trainer for many, many years, and I've run gyms. And whenever I hire somebody or we join the fitness world in any sense of the the word or whatever, the #1 rule of fitness is no one likes to work out. Okay, so that is, to me, something to keep in mind, because you got to do what you can do and don't do what you can't do. That's the second rule. So keep it fun, like you said, Matt. But I would just the last chime in I want to say is that the best way to introduce yourself to a gym is gym hop. Go to 1 week here, 1 week there, 1 week there. You can go for free for probably 2 months in your community, and I highly recommend classes. I teach class. I think they're fun. It's also a great way of having another community. A lot of people that you'll end up going out with your people from the gym. I was just walking over there. Our friend Judy, who's a coach, she's here at the gym right now. Yeah. She'd be in this meeting, but she's working out right now. So anyway, I just thought it was really cool. I was just busted to tell you that. And thank you again for presenting this topic.
Well,
I love it.
You. That was awesome. Thank you.
But nobody likes to work out. Do it anyway.
Yeah. I agree with that, but I find that also that the more you do it, it's such a mental thing. I mean, we like to do it because it just, for me, this is how my workouts go. I go in the morning, I put in 2 sermons. I listen to 2 sermons every morning. Okay. That's, a lot of people are jamming out to music or whatever. It just helps me get fit while I'm getting spiritually fit. I enjoy that. And so it just clears my mind. I can do my workout. I can listen to the sermons, and it just gets my day started the right way every day.
Yeah, and I think you need to look at it like exactly like that. It's time away from your troubles. Yeah. I mean, the physical benefits are what we call side effects. Oh, look, I have muscles now. That's awesome. But I'm not doing it for the muscles. I'm doing it so that I have a mental break, because when you're doing burpees, you can't think about picking up the kids or the boss is riding you or whatever. You're just doing the burpee. You know what I'm saying? I mean, by the way, there's nothing worse than a burpee. I don't do them in my class. But the point is, when you're doing those reps, you're doing those sets, when you're thinking about your physical being, it's really hard to think about your emotional stuff. Okay. So Lauren's known me, I mean, whatever, 1.5 years, almost 2 years now. And I came into this program not knowing you weren't supposed to work out. So I just backed it off. People that are already in it, it's kind of like having a pregnant gal show up at the gym. I mean, she's already been working out. You kind of still do it. You just maybe, like you said earlier, Matt, you don't train for the triathlon.
Yes.
The first 30 days.
Exactly.
So anyway, appreciate a topic that's near and dear to me, because I do not do it for the physical aspect. I do it for the mental, and the physical, is very nice. It's nice to help keep ourselves looking. Yeah.
Amen.
And Jane, you have a question?
Good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, I commend all you people if you're on the East Coast getting up this early. Thank you. I mean, the West Coast, I'm sorry. Yeah. But I'm so thankful I came today. Tracy invited me and I had no idea. But I had started my program like 1.5 years ago, and I had started getting some healthy motion in. And I have to be honest, I have regressed a lot. And there's a lot of information you gave today, but it's really good. Like some of it I can't absorb, but I want to go back and look over everything. My one thing that came to my head, and I know most of you guys are too young to remember Jane Fonda workout.
Yes.
But one of the things she said was, make it burn. And I said, Jane, it was burning when it was sitting on the couch. So I never followed through with anything. And I know one of the first things you mentioned was longevity, and being 72 and having been so sick 1.5 years ago. I never want to go there again. So you have just inspired me to start again. And I thank you.
That's
Thank you,
awesome.
Trey. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
I
Thank
would
you, Tracy,
definitely recommend starting with element 17 though, the neat. Don't start with the eat, but
Right.
doing small.
No, I heard that loud and clear. Yes.
That's awesome. Well, we're
Definitely.
so happy for you. I'm glad that you have decided that it's time to get back into the motion.
And plus, it's been winter forever here. We have like 2 weeks of summer, so I got to get moving soon,
Yeah.
till I get to Florida.
Yes. We love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.